This is where we were? 5. Probably. Oh, I didn't open the thing, so I can't tell when it's going. Hi. It must be going. There we go. Thank you, Lee. Oh, thanks, Ride. Thank you, Master Psych. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Big Hoss. Oh, thank you, Francesca. Did I say that right? Oh, that was a gifted sub there. Gotcha. Hi, everybody. What a weird time to be alive. It was 46 degrees here today. Yesterday, it was 84. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be in the 60s. Can't keep track anymore of how this is going. Is that warm? Yeah, it's like someone translate into foreign. Today it was warm. Today it was like, or yesterday it was like summer warm. Today it was like a few degrees above freezing. Anybody's love. I mean, like 10 degrees above freezing, but. Yesterday was 20 to 30, and today was 7, depending on whose measures you're going by. But it was like hot and then cool. I wouldn't say cold. I know most of you folks are in places where cold is actually a relative term. Not so much here. You think below 70 is cold? I wish. So I just happened to like this was literally just sitting on the desk, and I figured, someone should use it. It's good until June 30th, 2020. I have Game Pass already. It is a 6-month Ultimate card. It says Xbox One and Windows 10 games. Plus, you get gold for 6 months, plus all these games. So, hey, I'll give that on away a little bit later in the stream. We'll figure out some way to give that away. Thank you, Space Fox. Go to bed! Hold on. I see you. Get in bed. Get in bed. The elf is watching. That's very sad. Okay, good night. Yes, the elf will tell. Did you hear what Libby said? Thank you, Wild Magic. Oh, no, it was just, she was really laying on the guilt trip because she said she was just checking on Emma because Mom said Emma's going to die soon. Which is unfortunately probably true. Thank you, Dude's Angel. Thank you, Vamir. Thank you, Unjust for SETI. Yeah. Poor Emma. She's just an old girl. She's about 17. Can't see. And she's starting to have trouble losing, she's not able to control her rear legs, so she's going to yeah, for her size, she's lived an incredible life. Considering this is a dog that was afraid of doors when Laurie met her, would not go through doorways. She was the dog that Laurie spayed during her junior year in vet school. Thank you, Dreamungus. So she has had an incredible life, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to be sad, but at the same time, you understand she has lived a wonderful life, and all the animals, at least this one, it's not a surprise. It's totally understandable. It's still sad, but she's still having a good time right now. Man, does she like pizza crust? That's about the only thing that makes her bounce around. Thank you, Aya. You put some pizza crust in front of this dog, and all of a sudden, it's like she's let's go with 12 again. Dog loves pizza crust. Thank you, Explosive Dust. Thank you, Big W. There's so many extra things that pop up now with emote shared and all sorts of stuff. Hey, Marie. That scared Big C. Oh. I'm glad you could be back home as well, and I hope you're doing better now. Thank you, Rampid Deagle? Or Rampy Eagle? Rampid Eagle. It can really go multiple ways. Thank you, Charm Kim. Alright, let's see. So, this is, once again, this is Kylo Ren's shuttle from Last Jedi. This thing, and it's got, like, it opens, and the wings fold down, and does all kinds of stuff. This was originally part of doing one of the streams for Extra Life, instead of doing another LEGO stream, and so I have. But we're gonna do one more stream. Hopefully I can finish this in one go here. Figured might as well give something away since I happen to have it at the same time. And tomorrow we'll do something else. I don't know what yet. I want to see both of this thing. There we go. Thank you, King Cobra. Thank you, Ajax. Alright, we'll figure out a method by which to give that away. 5, here we go. Sorry, more crinkle cam for a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, anybody got tickets for AH Live yet? I hope to see several of you there. Hey, Jaggy! Yes, a very aggressive crinkling. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Be the Sailor in Seattle, alright! Let's see. Yeah, is that ASMR? I guess maybe just clinking the parts together could be kind of ASMR. Here, let me just run my hands through the Lego. This sounds kind of nice. Oops. Uh-oh. That's okay. Found it. Bad. Okay. Never mind then. They're not weirdly long fingers. This is a very normal finger size for a human. Not like Matt Bragg here, who's got like the, no offense, Matt Bragg, but he's got the, like Dracula fingers. They're really long. Alright, let's see. Gotta build another wing here. Spread this stuff out a little bit. Oh, let's move you out of the way because you're not really necessary for the moment. Thank you, iPossibly. Thank you, Dada. Thank you, Dark Wolf. Thank you, Dark King. Thank you, Haunted. We shot episode 400 of Minecraft today. Speaking of Matt Bragg, he did a really great job on it. As I'm sure you're aware, he stayed up very late to do it. Let that be a lesson to any of you that are still in college. If you do your assignments before the day they're due, you don't have to stay up as late. But he did a tremendous job on it. You guys are going to enjoy it. I hope. And some of you got an object lesson. Is that what I did? Absolutely. I was a serial offender in that regard as well. And then we shot another Pixelmon today too. And gosh, what else did we do? We shot a the video that Jack was talking about where he walked in while several of us were in costume. I assume most of you could puzzle out what Jeremy was dressed as in the tweet. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Fallen Hunter. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rose Crimson. Got an A on my chemistry final. Congratulations, that's awesome. Thank you, Avessa. Next GTA. Ooh, yeah, good luck. For that calc final. What is the next GTA? What is the next GTA coming out? I know we're filming some more Lasso this week, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been trying to play some Halo intermittently to try and unlock more armor options. Thank you, Big W, for the gifted sub there. But it's I will say I do not like what they've done with the unlock system in the new Halo, the Master Chief Collection. It is frustrating to try and get to. I'm looking at this and not seeing the piece that it's telling me to get. I wonder if there's another situation where there's another 5. Haha! Sneaky. Thank you, Shelves. You know, that's what happens. You know, you just, as a parent, as I'm sure, I'm sure you will find out. You gotta learn to just deflect and accept, and you know, they're just happy to be around you. Shelves mentioned the cookie stream, on which my children were particularly, what shall we say, extra. They were excited to be there, and they wanted to be part of it, and wanted to have some way to contribute. So, I mean, obviously, you can't fault them for that kind of exuberance. It was maybe a little more aggressive than I would have liked. But, you know, it comes from a good place. And you know, we worked through it. That's just the way that goes with kids. You do what you try and keep them distracted, and when you can't keep them distracted, you just try not to let them destroy everything. Thanks, Stanley. 3 days until product launch. Good luck. Going around and figure out what it's. That's always the stressful time, stamping out the last of the bug fixes you can get in there. But good luck with that. Let's go here. Yeah. This is good. Maybe. There we go. Thank you, Blue Charlotte. Thanks, Silent Wolf. Thank you, Roommate 08. Thank you, That Nerdy Witch. End of the semester, I'm both overwhelmed and relieved. Oh, that's a good place to be, though. That means you're hopefully on the downslope, and things will get easier from there on. Got the hand cam here. I don't know if I can readjust it if it's not. Focus seems to be a little all over the place, but, you know, what are you going to do? Thank you, Megan, for the tier 3 sub. You ever wonder why we're here? I wonder all the time. I'm just glad you keep being here. I still, after all these years of 3-something years of streaming, am just happy anyone comes by. Very happy and grateful that you guys choose to spend your evenings with me and the rest of the Sorta Malicious gang. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and hopefully so are you. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Better Tile Pending. Better title pending. Better title pending. You get out of the way, other guy. Actually, just got busy. I just finished ordering a bunch of other Lego for Eli for Christmas. Got him the the past 2 birthday parties I've taken him to. The kid, we gave him the War Machine mech. It's like the from I think it pretends to be from Infinity War, but he does, you know, in Infinity War he doesn't get a Hulkbuster, a full Hulkbuster type suit. But that's kind of what it looks like. It's a Hulkbuster for War Machine. And whose head is this? There's that guy's body. I really should have done that at the beginning. And every time we get this for another kid, he's like, "Oh, I really want that." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I just got it for him, and then just to, you know, round it out, keep everything fair. I also got him the Hulkbuster. That's also from Infinity. That definitely is from Infinity War because it comes with what's his face? Hold on, there we go. Red guy. Bruce Banner comes with human Bruce Banner. Hey, Allison, I'm so old. Did you just level up in age? Because I'm right there with you. I get it. Thank Quark. Thank Ghost Cakes. Thank you, Nikki. Will you guys play the next GTA Casino Heist that is coming out on Thursday? Absolutely, we will. And not only that, but we may have the plan for an additional heist on the board, ready to go, needing to be filmed. So maybe there'll be an original heist as well pretty soon. And I'd say it's a pretty good one. I'm getting so much glare off this thing, it's hard to see what the... Yeah, no, we sat down and came up with all I'll say is it's kind of a winter-themed heist. So hopefully, if it snows in GTA again this year, which it has done pretty much every year, that's when we will attempt to film it. And, we'll see. Hopefully, it'll work. It's a little different from some of the other ones we've done, but I think it is quite good if the plan turns out. I mean, we designed it so that the plan doesn't turn out most of the time. Thank you, Tallulah. For the next badge, thank you, King. Never found out why Allison is now so old. Why is Allison so old now? What'd you do, Allison? Like where we have really sad and dramatic deaths. Yeah, I'm looking at chat right now, Allison. I see it. You want me to look at Lego or looking at chat? So you're going to steal all the children's presents for children's charity drive or what? I mean, Liesel, I am not going to say. We'll just have to. It's my 42-month anniversary. Well, it's 42 months, so it's not. You're in chat world. You know what? I'll give you that. In chat world, you are like super legacy. You are like OG squad. And for that, I very much thank you. You're awesome. In chat world. You were, Allison. There it is. Why do we stick these two together like this? You're okay. Yeah, you're fine. I mean, if someone's got to be around that long, it might as well be you. But whatever, Don't need to make a whole thing out of it. It's fine. We're just having a good time. It's okay. Square thingy, red thingy. Okay. Little grippy dooley. There we go. Okay. What else we shoot today? I think we shot something else today. No, that would have been it. It's still a very busy day. We go into like hyper mode right around the holidays just because we have so much stuff to try and finish before everyone goes away for the holidays. So all of a sudden we've got, go from having a somewhat lackadaisical shooting schedule to having a pretty packed one where it's just nonstop shoot, kind of action. And we've been trying to knock a bunch of stuff off the plate. Getting there. We're doing all right. Like this, yes. Oh, this is the. It's very weak though because it's not attached by many things. It was a game that came out yesterday that we've been getting a lot of people that are saying we should. We need to do a lasso. I think we're doing a lasso on Thursday. I think Thursday morning. We're shooting a lasso. We've already got 2 in the can. If you're curious, we do have some more customization options in part 2. So maybe you'll be able to tell us apart a little bit better. So I was the only one with a recon helmet, so that kind of helped me, I think. But yeah, that works. Del Tacos in San Francisco. What's everybody so excited? Well, it's okay. I know Jackie's really super into Del Taco. Del Taco used to be everywhere. They used to have them in Columbus, actually, where I'm from. And I've been to Del Taco many times because, as far as I was concerned at the time, it was interchangeable with Taco Bell. That's, I'm sure, sacrilege to Jackie. Yeah, there we go. But I mean, it's just kind of like other Taco Bell. But hey, next time I'm somewhere with a Del Taco, I will take the challenge. And I will sample both of them together. I'll go. I mean, those tacos don't hold up for more than 5 minutes. So maybe I'll have a race, like do Uber Eats or something, to see which one of them gets to me first. Taco Bell's far superior. Ooh, now we got to fight. Sneffer says Taco Bell's better, but Del Taco is good. I'll take you to Del Taco if we're in the... Okay, Jackie, you need to come some more conventions with me. We'll eventually land on one where there's a Del Taco, and hopefully, my ideal situation is there's going to be a Del Taco on this side of the road and a Taco Bell on this side of the road, and we will go to both of them and acquire several of the same items, and then meet in the middle, probably of the road, and risk life and limb to consume them together and see which is truly the superior fast food taco. I will put my life on the line in the middle of traffic to find out which one of them is better. Thank you, Farmer Jesus. Thank you, Packle. While I enjoy having more customization, I briefly mourn the end of the Blue Boys and the for Michael Jeremy working Who's Who. I'm sorry the Blue Boys had to go, but I think we made the right choice in eliminating them from this particular playthrough. Just because it's kind of critical to be able to go like, oh my god, it's behind you. Thank you, Ruth. There's my 1-year-old is plotting my demise for staying up this late, but I just wanted to say hey. Probably why. Well, hi and bye, Ruth. You're correct. They are. That is what 1-year-olds do. They're coming for you. The moment you lay your head down to rest, you're done. Thank you, Haunted. How busy would you describe the street and how many lanes? I mean, ideally it'd be one with a median, so we could not die. But if we have to die for the art and for the science, then we do what we must. Thank you, Penguin. Yeah, it's weird how sometimes you just lose your voice and all of a sudden it's gone, but you feel okay. I'm still a little bit iffy at the moment because I did more dumb today. The video in question that we filmed that led to Jeremy being dressed as he was in the tweet that went out. I was also dressed, and in a way that led to me hurting my voice a bit more. And thank you, Liesel. You see all the presents. Oh, we got that one. Okay, thank you again, Liesel. Were you Han Solo, but the old Han Solo? I was not Han Solo. But I thought Jeremy did a bang up Ben Swallow. I'm not sure when that's coming out. There's a lot of extra media that was recorded around that. All right, let's see. Almost got another wing done. Hey. Yeah, I really need to learn to not damage my throat if I can. Bye, Marie. All right, let's see. The big boy goes there. Did I miss anything while I was just randomly sticking things in to match the picture? Whenever you do like a whoa. Thank you, Anna. 2-year-old is sweet stage of hating me, but also falling for the reverse psychology. I want him to do something and tell him to do the opposite or not to do the thing I want him to do. It's a fun game. Hi. Oh, thank you so much, Anna. And thank you, Smart and Smart. And yeah, 2-year-olds. I see. I got real lucky with 2-year-olds because Eli was actually pretty easy as a 2-year-olds go. Especially because in the process of him being a 2-year-old is when Livy was getting born. I mean, he was basically Livy was born when Eli was 2. So all that going on kind of shifted the focus a bit. I don't think he felt like he could quite get away with as much because there was so many weird other things going on. At least as far as his like normal run of life was going. So he was actually a really good 2-year-old. And then Livy's always been extremely sweet. She's actually more contrary now than she was as a 2-year-old. And boy, is she. It will delight in doing the opposite of whatever it is you want her to do. But she's so cute about it that it's hard to realize that she's completely sassing you. It's amazing how good she is at acting super sweet in such a way as to get away with things when she's really just blatantly not doing what you told her to do. Her go-to thing is like, I just wanted a hug, or I just wanted to tell you I loved you. It's like, that's how she can justify, like, well, because as a parent, it's like, well, I can't say that that's bad. Like, how do I go, no, you shouldn't say that you love us or give us that hug? Thank you, Marcus. Can we expect the Diamond Casino Heist coming out Thursday? I mean, I doubt it'll come out Thursday because we have to film it, and I think we will do it, and it will come out as soon as it comes out. Thank you, Big T in Tampa, and Stanley are making Nashville try hot chicken, spicy fried chicken. It's amazing. Not that into spicy stuff, but like how you told Eli not to read. Okay, yeah, exactly like that, Lee. Like, how do you tell your kid to stop reading? Like, but I thought you wanted me to learn to read. I do. Just, the things that I want you to learn to read. Hey, Marcus, deep fried Oreos. All right, now you're just getting into fair food. And, not that there's anything wrong with that, but most fair foods are eaten by people that have really given up on life. Speaking of which, I did not know that Gus Sorolla had gone vegan. Is that true? Thank you, VOG. Soundboard when Gavin does the lasso alarm. Is there any way you get a video clip of the soundboard? Oh, God. Well, I'm sure he's going to do it again, so I'll see if I can catch it. It's been a thing? I didn't know either. It seems like I've heard him say a couple times recently. Now, is he serious about that? You guys tell me. Like, I don't see Gus all that often now. He has. It's been going on for like a month. That is crazy town. I had no idea. See, I miss seeing Gus more often. I used to see him a lot more when we did the patch. And nowadays, I really, gosh, I can't remember the last time I actually saw Gus. Apparently, long enough that, well, I mean, I think I've seen him in line at lunch, but I don't really scrutinize what he's picking up and putting on his plate. I figured he could just like other things. Hey, Batman. I missed the patch too. Honestly, I've been really kind of jonesing for a venue to talk about video games again. Like, I would love it if we had a video game podcast that was accessible to me. I mean, there's still obviously Inside Gaming has that to some degree, but that's all based out of LA now, pretty much. So it's hard for me to do that. He's doing it for the environment, which is really awesome if you think about it, because he's never, to my knowledge, ever planned on having kids. So he's really, that's usually a lot of people's justification for not giving a crap is, yeah, whatever, I won't be here. But if that is indeed the fact, or the reason that he's doing it, then that's just legitimately awesome. Good for him. We're talking about a guy who, at one point in his life, his retirement plan was a shotgun at age 40. So he's come a long way. Built and painted miniatures, Mr. Bridges asks. No, I don't think I ever built or painted miniatures. I've done model kits before, but not miniatures, which I think are different enough to warrant the distinction, right? I don't think I could go vegan, but I could definitely switch from eating pork and beef to insects. Aaron the Man says, "Woof." They crunchy though, right? Thank you, Peaceful Phoenix. Thank you, Obliterate Frost. That's what global warming does. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Marcus. His sweat is also super acidic. I knew that. That's been a thing for a long time. But would going vegan maybe de-acidify him a bit? That would be interesting. Okay, this goes down here. Ruh-roh. Now, what I did there was put these little bits on upside down. You go. Speaking of gaming news. Well, thanks for doing it, cuz. Okay, this goes this way. Game that probably flew under a lot of radars because it's not a major title and it's on Epic only. But came out today, which I haven't checked out yet, but I really am looking forward to checking out because I'm still such a nerd for the series, is Battletech inspired game called Mech Warrior 5. Thank you, Looper Duper. That is typically how one feels when one is writing an essay. Hey Marcus, I also had some future seeing shit according to Chump Premiere. He also says, oh yeah. I think I've heard that story before. That's why it's kind of hard for us to do. Well, that wasn't the true thing from him, right? It was, well, I don't want to spoil it. There is a new Mech Warrior game. It's Mech Warrior 5. It's up on the little tabs in. It's on the Epic Game Store. Come on, go in there. Yeah, there we go. I'm sure it's doing that thing where it's like yes or no. Good. Okay, push the tabs in. Take this, put this right here. It looks interesting. It's called Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I believe it's based on the same engine as Mech Warrior Online. I used to love the Mech Warrior series, especially Mech Warrior 1, 2, and 3. 1 being super rough and way back in the day. But Mech Warrior 3 especially was a great game for its time. Nowadays, doesn't hold up at all. If you were to look at that now, you would think that graphics were truly terrible. Because they are for their for this day and age. All right, where is this going exactly? Is it going one forward? Yeah, it's going right here. Thank you, Arej. And I still play and have really enjoyed. I think Marcus. I'll get to that in a second. But I mean, truth is, I haven't read any new manga lately. I started talking about the books I've been into last stream, and I think I forgot to finish. But I still play the Harebrained Studios, more like XCOM style Battletech game, which actually just had a DLC that came out, which was really good. Oh, this is not where this goes. This goes in there. Called Heavy Metal, which has added some more heavy mechs to it. If you're any kind of Battletech or Mech Warrior fan, I do recommend picking up the Harebrained Studios game. Haven't tried Mech Warrior 5 yet. Thank you, Cowbell. It looks interesting. There was almost zero review attention paid to it. And what I will say that it kind of turned me off on it so far, just looking at it without having played it yet, is it goes to a more limited style of mech customization. Like, I really liked Ryan needs to talk to the chat movies. I really liked how widely customizable the mechs were in the Harebrained Studios version. And it looks like they've limited it a bit, and I get sort of why. Because it was somewhat limited in the Harebrained Studio version as well. The new game is more of an FPS. The Harebrained Studios was like a third-person turn-based kind of thing. But still, I don't love that. Like, I really like having more freedom to customize it than I think it's gonna offer. But I haven't played it yet, so I'm not gonna completely rule it out. Because it's such a small title, and because there was some negative backlash on it, because it originally was announced to be on Steam, and then it was one of those titles that made the jump to the Epic Game Store. So a lot of people were frustrated or angry because the codes didn't carry over. That it's just not gotten a lot of eyes on it yet. We'll see. I mean, it also has 4-player co-op. I just can't figure out a way for us to make a video in it that would be that entertaining. Maybe it's just I don't have enough faith, but, you know, that's kind of a challenging game to make work. We'd have to really, like, heavily lean into kind of a role play on it to make it work for a video. And we could, but will we? Especially right now when we're so kind of swamped with stuff. Who's here? I have not. Thank you, Marcus. I don't think I have watched any Demon Slayer. I could be wrong. Speaking of 4-player co-op, loving the Unrailed. Yeah, man, that Unrailed stream. Unrailed is such a weird game for us because it seems so, like, simple, and it feels like as we're playing it that we love playing it, but we feel like this is one of those games that we are gonna just really enjoy, but no one will want to watch. But the weird thing was, it actually was doing really well while we were streaming it. I think by the time we turned it off, we were at like 12,000 people, and it was still going up, which is wild for us, because it's really fun. We were loving it. We didn't want to stop. We just, we couldn't believe that we were getting away with it. It was like one of those things where you're like, they like it? Really? Like, everybody's on board with this? Like, not a lot's going on? It's a game that's difficult to make really funny in any way. other than just the blind panic uh, while we were, playing it. But that game does much better for us than we have any reason for it to do. Sometimes we actually get away with not having to be funny. We can just be panicked. Speaking of panicked, there's another game that came out yesterday, which I think I mentioned earlier, which is GTFO, made by the guys that did Payday. And we're a little torn on that one because the question really is who should play it. Like, Jeremy and I obviously want to play it. Because it's a 4-player co-op horror, sorta. So, on the one hand, like, some of us that are a real fan of that kind of genre would love to play it, and on the other hand, it's like, well, but we kind of need people that are gonna scream and go ah to be in there too. Hey, Pop Turt. Oh yeah, I got the Pop Turt. Make Jackie a VIP, Marcus says. Oh yeah, how do I do that now? Yeah, see, like Gavin, and Alright. That looks like a complete piece. But there's lots of stuff left over here. Let's see if there's more to come with this. Okay, yeah, there is. Good. There's more pieces that go into this. I get nervous when I start seeing it attached. Thank you, Michael Gavin. I'm sorry. Thank you, Marcus, Michael and Gavin. I thought it was kind of an interesting game for maybe a Battle Buddies and Play Pals crossover. So, who knows? I definitely want to do something with it because it looks like a really cool game. And the fact that it's from the guys, yeah, it'd be great to have Fredo in there too. Wolfie, look, I can only do so many things at one time. I'm looking at this, and I'm trying my best. Thank you, Mascarosaurus Rex. If I haven't yet figured out how to make one eyeball look up there and one eyeball look down here. Slash VIP. It's easy. Okay. Is this the right computer? Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Okay, got it. Slash VIP. Geeky fried rice. There. Geeky fried rice is a VIP. Hey, what did I just do? Does that mean she owns the channel now? Thank you, T West. What'd you guys just talk me into doing? Ooh, it is fancy. Look at that. Alright. This slides in here somehow. This is another one of these situations where it's like, very difficult to show in pictures. Like, okay, that's sort of there now. And then the red stick goes in the hole. Uh-oh, where did that come from? This just came tumbling out. When you went right here. Okay. This is every time the kids are like, okay, when we get to have that right, and I'm like, yes. But it's gonna break almost immediately. Thank you, MJ. The bits are for Jackie, so make sure you give $1.40 more. Look, 100 bits is only good for $1 to me. So you want me to give her that and more? Okay. Yes. Did I stutter? Okay. See that? Kind of going at whoa. I mean, yes, MJ said 140, but hey, I guess it's a transactional fee here. You don't just get something for nothing, Got shipping and handling. I gotta get my Bezos money in here, right? Then I got, depreciation on my car. Uh, thank you, Thank you, Andrea. I played Battletech when I was younger. I just remember the honeycomb board. That makes damage parts on player sheet. Oh, you played the legit Battletech. I used to. This is what a nerd I was as a kid. Like, I have so many stories that start that way. I had the technical manuals for Battletech, and I would literally come up with my own special, because the game's all about making your own configurations of mechs and things like that. So I came up with all kinds of my own special mech configs. Never played the game. Never once actually played the real tabletop version of it. I just built the mechs, spec'd out mechs, because I was that kind of nerd. I just wanted to build stuff. I was real Tony Stark about it. Where's I gonna get this in here? Please. You're the one. You can do it. Yeah, I know I still am. This was never in question. Okay, there we go. Whew. Thank you so much again, Andrea. That's really sweet of you. Thank you, Loveland Dragon. Thank you, Eclipse Blade. I always kind of I wanted to play the real legit version of it, but I never had anyone to do that with. So I've never actually played the game that I put probably hours and hours and hours of my young life into. Okay, this needs to get... There it goes. Whew. I had several of the technical manuals. I don't even remember how many. I think I had the 3025, 3050, 3055, the different years. I read probably all of the, not all of, but nearly all of the novels set in the universe, which are decent reading, to be honest. Do a let's roll. Oh, that would be fun. That'd be a long let's roll, though. Okay, so now, in theory, there we go. Except what keeps it there? If I turn harder, that's how it breaks, for sure. Okay. You take this bit, so much glare, times 2. Okay. And it goes like there. I don't see like a way to keep this open. Come on, get on there. There we go. All right. You take this bit. 2 of these? Okay. Right there. Seems weird. Okay. And it just goes on the inside of his wing somewhere? Right there? How deep? See, 3, 4. Right, this zone. Yep, right there. Probably just to take tension off things when it's time to collapse it. Oh, I wonder if these pegs on the bottom are what keeps it. They're like fully deployed right now. Nope, that doesn't seem to work at all. I'll just let it describe to me when it's going to work. Ah! This is supposed to be on the bottom somewhere for sure. There it is. The same one that fell off last time. There. Sorry, I know I'm not looking at the chat again right now. I'm just trying to get this plugged together. It's a very delicate stage of the operation. You have to be very careful, otherwise it would fall apart And then the kids will shame me in the morning and tell me I don't know how to build the Lego and that they are much better than me. And while they are, I don't need constant reminders of this. There. Okay. Okay. There's that bit done. That seems important. But maybe it's extra. Thanks, Spade. Wait. I see it. See where it goes. Yep, there it is. Kind of like... No. Right here? No. Ruh-roh. Oh, it goes up on here one. Like this. Okay. There we go. Nope, that's definitely not the same as the other side. Uh-oh. Oh. Is that... Did I build this uneven? Huh. Something ain't right here. This one is up higher than this one. The question is, which one is correct? And the answer may shock you. It could be neither. Okay, this one's definitely wrong. Which could be a real problem. How did I mess that up? I think it's just this one bar on the bottom is actually out of place. Unfortunately, I don't know that I can get it back out. Well, I don't know that it's a huge problem. It could be. Oh man, yeah, that's in there, dude. Yeah, that's hitting that. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out a. So the problem lies is this bar right here. See if I can turn it in such a way that it can be visible. There's a bar that runs right across here, and I put it like one too high, which isn't that big a deal, except that it happens to fall right on the spot where that thing flexes. Oh, we should give away this pass thingy. Hey, any mods in the chat got a cool idea for how to give that away? Oh boy, how I want to do that? Yeah, see, that's a great idea. I'm trying to. I can't even get my teeth in there to do it like Savage style. Not like let's not call it a raffle because boy, raffles are a touchy subject. I would just like to give it away. Well, okay, I do want to have it be a situation where you can say you would like to opt into it. We'll say it's a random giveaway. That is. But I do want it to be this kind of thing where you can opt into it because I don't want to just give it to someone who doesn't want it. So if you want a 6-month game card, okay, what's wrong with the word raffle is, so as part of this whole going to conventions thing, I thought, hey, it would be a super cool idea if this was a good way I could just like, while I'm there, like I feel kind of bad about how the economics of how this thing's got to work, where I've got to have some kind of like autograph sales kind of thing. I've got a tool that's works smarter, not harder. There we go. This comes right off when you use tools. And I thought, well, how about to like soften the blow kind of thing? I've got all this swag, um, like all this gear stuff, and I've got, I think, an extra Xbox. Important question. Sorry, what is it, King? Is it an important question for me, or is it just an important question for somebody? I would understand if I'm not really relevant. Okay. That looks right. Yes. Okay. There we go. Fixed it. And now that doesn't hit when that flexes. Good. 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 Uh, how do you want to do this giveaway? He looked down. Oh, I saw it. Look, it's still on the screen. It's not like it disappears instantly. I saw it. I'm looking. See, I saw it. Exactly. Why are you a beacon of rage? I saw it. Oh, I didn't answer the question. Well, you asked me how I want to do it. Nightbot has a functionality to do that, right? Like we've done giveaways before. Yes. Yes. Good. Could we use that function, please? Yes, we can. Do you need something from me to use that function? Waiting. Waiting. Begging mute. What? No, we got it. Okay. I thank you and say yes to do. King no do. I can't tell if this is soothing or if you're just fueling the rage and you're going to try and stab me. No rush. I mean, that's pretty much how I live my life, King. I'm ready to reap things that I've sown over the years. I'm a real reaper, you know. I'm always down to reap. Reap, reap, reap. Busy life of reaping. That doesn't sound good. I'm gonna stop saying that. All right, time to open number 6. Let's move this out of the way. And thank you, mods. You're the greatest. So yeah, we're just giving away 6-month Ultimate Xbox Game Pass. Works. It also includes gold and would work for games that are available on Play Anywhere. So any of the... There we go. Ultimate. Say Ultimate in the chat. Just say it once, because it may potentially mess up if you say it a bunch of times, so I wouldn't spam it. I would say only enter if you actually want this thing. If you've already got gold or Game Pass, then it really won't... Well, it'll extend you by 6 months, so maybe some value there, but... it's got a scratch-off thing on the back, so what will happen is once whoever wins it, I will give it to the mods. Yeah, see? King says if you say it more than once, it'll remove it from the list. Lala, this again, it works with PC. So if you've got a PC that can play games, any Windows 10 title, including The Outer Worlds, if you haven't played that, you can play it on your PC with this code. You just have to enter it into the Microsoft Store. That's very nice use, Seraphim. So what'll happen is whoever wins, I will scratch this code off and give it to the mods, and the mods can then give it to that person if they would be so kind. Is it available to use on the PC? It says that it does work for the Play Anywhere titles on the PC. So what you do is you go to the Windows on your Windows machine. You'd open the Microsoft Store, which is an app on Windows 10, and you'd have to sign into the store. You have to have a Microsoft account. It doesn't have to be a Microsoft email account, but a account with Microsoft. And then you put this code in, and it will activate it so that you can actually play any of the Play Anywhere titles on your PC. Also works for any. That's a lot more games available if you have an Xbox, but if you have a PC, you can play a lot of things on here. Thank you so much, King and Lane and Bambi. Final call. Remember, only once. Don't say it again. And Wolfie. I'm getting there. I would never forget It's Same Wolfie. Is it case sensitive, Allison says. Great question. Is Skulls here too? I didn't see Skulls tonight. I mean, thank you, Skulls, but I don't think Skulls is present. Taking the night off. Okay, resting. Oh, sick. I hope Skulls feels better soon. Update from Twitch on Raffles. Got a multi-stream bring it up. I don't know. Is there? I'm again. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. So I've got a bunch of stuff. Pokemon Man 1. Thank you for entering Pokemon Man. I hope you will enjoy your Christmas present of a 6-month. Actually, I may have another one of these that I can give away maybe next stream. You know, when I get these things show up a lot. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch this code off after the stream. I'm going to send it to the mods, so make sure they have a way to get in touch with you. Let me read the fine details here on the back and just make sure this is going to work over international waters. Final future code downtown. I think. Thank you, Pokemon Man. It doesn't say anything about international being an issue, so I think this code will be good. Thank you, Anonymous, for giving a sub to Jackie, and thank you, Mortister. So yeah, make sure the mods get your information, and I will scratch this ticket off and give it to them to send to you. What I'm saying though is I wanted to take some of the swag that I get and give it away at the conventions, and like every time I maybe put numbers on the back of all the like the headshots as I send them off, and then at the end of the con I'll be like, all right, number whatever, you win a controller or an Xbox or something. Alabama, it is super illegal to raffle anything. Now there are ways around it where if you can go and have like a free entry or something like that. Actually, apparently it's illegal to raffle anything in 47 out of the 50 states in the United States. There are ways around it. I think apparently having a lot to do with well, one of them is that thing where you always like see the no purchase necessary, void where blah, 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 all that stuff that's on anytime they're doing a giveaway. A lot of it has to do with if you have a way that you can enter the contest with without purchasing a ticket, I guess. Like, if you can get an entry for free, then it's okay. What are the three? Good question, Roommate 08. I'm not really sure. When I was looking that up, that was what I kind of stumbled on. Was like, oh, lots of places make this incredibly illegal for some reason, and I'm not 100% sure why. Thank you, Mascarasaurus Rex. Work at booths a lot of time. I don't know how to get around it and stay on like the good side of the law, because I would love to give this stuff away, and also would love to not be arrested in Alabama. So, if I'm a little concerned though, if I do like a totally free entry thing, that that would end up kind of getting overrun with people who weren't actually present at the convention. That would be really the whole shtick. Is, I want it to go to someone that I can hand it to and be done with it. Like, I've already almost died in Alabama. I don't also want to almost get or not almost. I don't also want to get arrested in Alabama. Alabama had its shot at me. Oh, Allison, you know the story of me almost dying in Alabama. That's when the tornado tried to take me. You've been around long enough, there's no way you don't know that story. No, you must know that story. I've told that story 1,000 times. Do a secret code word to the booth. If someone says the code word, they get to take it without leads to dry. Does that work? Can that work? See, this is when, and also, let's be honest, I'm not gonna take questionable legal advice from people in chat. It is not a good idea. Yes, it was at a Walmart, Jester. That right there, not a good life choice. Yes, the incredible flying tent. Yes, the story behind the nearly dying in Alabama was, I was working for a pool company. I've told this so many times, so bear with me if you've already heard it, and I apologize. I was working for a company that installed and sold above ground pools. What the dealio is this? Oh, something fell off. But from where? Where do you belong? Well, this is just not part of it anymore. Whatever that was, wherever it lived. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I was working for I was a poolman. Except I was the kind that just didn't clean them. I just dug holes for them. We got this there. Oh, that went in way easier that time. We were tasked with going and setting up a display for above ground pools in a parking lot, a Walmart parking lot in Alabama. I was living in Columbus at the time, but Columbus is right on the border, so it was not unusual to go over into Alabama for business as well. And so we get there, and it takes about an hour to set up one of those pools. Thank you, Shadow. That's the one. Thank you, Allison. Because I knew you knew it, Allison. There's no way I've told it so many times, there's no way you hadn't heard it. I just figured after a minute you'd go like, oh yeah, that, and then that would be the end of it. So anyway, we get there, we drive all the way to Alabama, and honestly, it was a beautiful day. Like, there was not a cloud in the sky. It was not crazy hot, which was really unusual because it was fairly summertime. That should have been a warning. That was nature's way of saying, fool, it comes for you. So we get over there, we start setting up. We've been at it for about an hour or so. We got the tent put up. We got one pool put together. Which above ground pools don't take all that long to set up, but it is a lot of like laid out poles. Make sure you get them equally spaced enough so that when it when you start filling it up, it doesn't just collapse or stretch it in weird ways. When all of a sudden it starts to get a little windy. We'd had not, this is kind of before weather reporting was quite as on the ball, and we didn't have cell phones really that we would have to check as religiously as we do now. So when something like this comes up, it's not like you got an alert on your phone that was like, oh shoot, here it comes, run. It was more like, huh. Well, in true Alabama fashion, it was like, look at them clouds over there. That's a funny looking one. But the wind starts to pick up. It's not really raining or anything. It just starts getting really windy. And all of a sudden, that wind gets a little out of control. Thank you, Jaybird. Oh, welcome back. Thank you. Suddenly, the wind starts getting a little out of control, and we realize maybe we're in for something here. We still don't have a radio or anything on at this point, so we don't know that it's anything other than a strong wind. But the wind's starting to get strong enough that it's dangerous for the tent. The pool isn't really inflated yet, so we're not that worried about it. But the tent's starting to really kind of gust around. And it went from, like, things are bad to things are apocalypse level within the space of a minute or two. He's going back for revenge. Which was something I'd never really experienced, where the weather just flipped on it so fast. Thank you, Haunted. And the gnome. Oh, yeah, the gnome costume. But, we figure, okay, well, this is getting real windy. Let's try to tie down the tent, and then we'll, let it pass and go inside. So we start trying to secure the tent down by taking some ropes and just tying it off. And that's when the wind really got real. And we start hearing people talking about there being a tornado coming. And we couldn't see anything yet. But, so I'm in the middle of trying to weight down one end of the tent. There it goes. Get the right angle. When all of a sudden a good gust of wind goes ahead and picks it up with me attached to it, just along for the ride, and sends it 8-10 feet up in the air, me hanging on to one side of a tent. This was like a big, maybe 10 by 10 tent. And I'm just holding on to it, and all of a sudden it goes. And as do I. Did I die? Well, spoiler alert, I did not. What I did, however, do, I was standing next to a pole. Thank you, New Jersey Josh. I was standing next to one of the poles as it went up. And when we came down on the windshield of a car. And the leg of that tent went right through the car windshield. And that is where I landed, just still standing on top of a car with the tent leg now shoved through the windshield of a car. At which point, we decided wasn't worth it. And that's when we gave up on the tent and went inside. I ran. We both decided it was me and the guy that was working there, or the other guy that worked for the pool company with me. We decided if we were going to end or be in a tornado in Alabama, that the best place to probably go give that a whirl was going to be the bedding section. So we went back and hung out with all the pillows, figuring, well, that's probably the safest place to be, right? Like, all the soft things there. The storm came and went without really too much fuss as far as we could tell. Except for, after it was over, there's no underground to get. We were in a Walmart, and it was a Walmart kind of in the middle of nowhere. It was a Walmart and just flat ground for miles. So the storm kind of passes really quickly because it's a tornado. They really kind of blow through, and then they're on their way. Or they dissipate. And Oh, that's a cool piece. Where's this one thing I'm looking for? Not that. Oh, wait, maybe it is that. Is it? I'm confused. Anyway, so after it blows through, we find out that the storm was strong enough that it had actually pushed the roof of Walmart, that particular Walmart, back about 6 inches. So at the front of the building, there was just a gap that you couldn't see through because it had almost ripped the roof off. Real close. And we go outside, and there's really nothing left of the tent or the pool we'd been building. The car was still there, and it still had a tent pole. I guess there was something left. There was a tent pole sticking out of the car. The rest of the tent had decided to leave, as far as I could tell. And that is pretty much the story of how I almost died in Alabama. What a time it was. And now, I've been back to Alabama. I mean, do you guys see the Seven Wanderings me and Matt did? Where we went to Mobile, Alabama. Thank you, Caladina. Home of Jeff Ramsey. Source point. Alabama wasn't bad. Jeff's mom was so sweet. And that soup was delicious. It's. I will say, however, I think we shot that. God, a month or so ago. No, it may have been more than that. She was super lovely. I was actually kind of mad because we had a lot of. We were there for a while interviewing her essentially, and the camera shut off like 2 or 3 times while we were at it. So I lost a lot of interview with Jeff's mom because the camera kept turning off. But there's also a lot of supplementary material of me and Matt just cruising around Mobile. Just looking at stuff. We stopped and ate at a couple places. I was pretty blown away when that thing hit the tin when I slapped it into the ground. By the way, I don't think it's in the episode, and the comment that I've seen the most about all that is, why didn't you guys get a spade shovel? Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but we tried that. We have footage of that where we attempted to get a spade shovel, and they didn't have any, and we were on our 3rd Walmart at that point, so we gave up and just settled for the square tip shovel that we had, which is about the worst thing you could try and dig in anywhere in the southeast with, because the clay is about 3 inches down. If you're lucky, it's more like 1 inch. And is hard to get through, especially with a flat tip shovel. Still can't believe the security guards let us walk away after what I said to them. And then, what are they going to do, really? What happened to the shovel? We left it there. We figured, well, we can't take it with us. Well, I guess you'll have to watch the episode if you don't know what it is. To be fair, it was a really odd question when the security guys walked. So we had the car that they'd rented for us was like a convertible Mustang, which I'd never driven anything like that before. And the security guards came up and said, watched us trying to wedge this shovel into the convertible Mustang, and asked how many bodies you guys planning to bury with that. I mean, we figured somebody would find it and maybe put it to use, because what else were we going to do with it? We literally had to go from there and go get on the plane. What I was saying earlier, though, is so one of the things we were sent to go get was some baked potato soup from Jeff's mom, which aside from any amount that may have been consumed in the episode, it was still in the fridge behind me up until yesterday, where I finally just got sick of it being there and threw it away. Thank you, Elkimer. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Beardbox. No, Ninja Monkey, we weren't littering. We were giving that away. It was like a raffle, which is illegal in Alabama. So we just left it there for someone to take, free of charge. No ticket required. The other thing that's not in that episode that happened during that shoot was, so that particular little ball field or whatever it was empty, except I'm pretty sure this isn't in that episode. As we pulled up the first time, there was a guy. So the entry to the park had like in true Alabama fashion, a dumpster and like a bunch of trash and a mattress piled up right by the entrance to the park. And there was some guy just like, I don't want to cast aspersions on the dude because I don't know, what he was. Maybe he was on his lunch break. I don't know, but he was just hanging out in his car under the trees, just parked by himself there, looking. He may have been totally innocent, and I'm sure we looked shady, but he also looked real shady. Just hanging out in his car at a kid's park next to an old mattress. There was a lot to take in that area. Really, really a lot going on. So we just kind of kept driving around and hoping eventually he'd leave. And he did eventually, which is then the episode takes place entirely after he departed, and we finally figured, all right, well, it's safe to go in now. I also think I drove that Mustang way further in there than I should have. I don't think I was supposed to have had it that close. There's nobody there, but I don't think I was supposed to have had it that far up into the ball field area. There were little roads that you could drive in there, but I'm pretty sure had I been stopped, that would have been unwelcome. And I don't. The other thing that's not in the episode is how long we looked for the darn thing. Thank you, Black Ops. Thank you, Just Beware. It really cut down that in the edit. It looks like we find it real quick. And we didn't. We were there for quite a while. And if you're doing something outdoors and requiring a lot of digging and work, it's better places to do it than Alabama. Lovely is this. I mean, Southeast in general. It's sweaty. That is a sweaty place to be. Okay. Is that everything I was supposed to do? Looking like everything I was supposed to do. Feeling 60% confident. Go under? Yes. Okay. Am I reading the manual for making a Lego thing? Yeah. How do you put together Lego, Jackie? George is pretty bad. I mean, I guess I could just eyeball it all. Is that another challenge we need to have, Jackie? Do we have a manual free 35% of the time. Oh, that's probably more accurate. Yeah, a lot of times, to be fair, I just like look at the picture and then I look at what I built, and if the two match, then I feel like I did my job. Kind of like, see this next part, I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna look at that. I'm not even looking at like how many parts of whatever type. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna stick these on the front until it looks the same. Good, good, perfect. There we go. There we go. Yes, yes. See, look, there's there's that. Great. All good. Oh, we're going for the Gundam models. Okay, we jumped straight from doing Lego without looking to doing full-on Gundams without manuals. All right. Sure, sure. Seems fair. Great, great. You used to build those all the time, right? I think you were telling me as a child. Trying to put this together in such a way that you can actually see what I'm doing. That should line up at the top. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Zero Time Shift. Death Star Go. Oh my gosh. I don't think we're on even ground. I don't think that makes us even at all. I feel like that's completely... There we go. Oh, it's so satisfying when it locks all the way in. Furniture without a manual is just irresponsible. That being said, I used to get in trouble for doing that all the time. I was a shoot first, ask questions later kind of assembler. Like when I was helping Laurie put together stuff at her apartment, and her mom and Laurie left to go get food for a while, and I was in charge of hanging the curtains, and apparently I hung them at the wrong length off the ground, which was a big faux pas, and it was not, I guess, touching the ground in any way or something, or it was touching the ground too much. It was one of those. Long story short, you don't want me putting curtains up for you, I guess, because I might just put them up wrong. But I had to mount the curtain rod, is what I was doing. Okay, so it goes this way-ish. Where'd that go? Right by the hinge. Okay, let me turn this so it matches that. And this is like canted out, but I sure can't get it to stay that way most of the time. Here? Really? Okay, you say so. Stay that way. I do feel like I've done something mechanically wrong here that keeps it from staying open or closed. Looks really cool though. Well, it seems like it's staying open. Maybe the heavier it gets, the more likely it is to stay open. This is one of those things about Star Wars design, which this really reflects, is when they were, coming up with the original models, what they would do a lot of times is, you make the model, and then to make it look kind of sciencey and technical, they would just start taking stuff and like gluing it on there. Just, hoses and just bits and bobs and like a piece of a vacuum cleaner and all kinds of just whatever. The folks at LucasArts were geniuses at doing that sort of thing, where you just kit it out with stuff and paint that stuff and just mix and match. And yeah, like how Han Solo's gun is a Mauser with a, I think it's like part of a flash from a camera on the end. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, I highly recommend looking up some of Adam Savage's builds, because he does a much better job of explaining where all those pieces came from. But yeah, so I mean, lightsabers they're just like a couple different basic things all glued together in a different way, and it's all really cool. But then when you build something like this, you really appreciate how that can be, because you're kitting out like the top bit here, and it's just like, shapes that are just kind of stuck on there. And when it's all assembled into one whole, it looks really cool. But if you get down and like really examine the details on all these things, you have a real hard time trying to figure out why it's there. And, you know, the answer can always just be like, because, you know, it's super high science that we don't understand. So, of course, it needs a vacuum hose right there. Fool. Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn's communicator just being a woman's razor painted silver, which I think they did actually use the original sound at one point when he turns it on and he's just. It's crazy. That's fine, MJ. I tuned me out too. I get it. I'm not that cool. Okay, that's all there. I'm doing one of those things where I don't look at what I'm doing as much as I should. I don't have Livy's finesse. You're correct. I don't. I don't know where she. These are. I recognize this piece because I've put it on the bottom of feet for one of the. Speaking of using kitted pieces, it's like this little doohickey that I'm about to stick on here. This is a ice skate from the Frozen set. Just black. You can take this and put this perfectly on the bottom of a character's foot, and it's ice skates. Look. Make it silver, it's an ice skate. Paint it black, it's a doohickey on the top of this thing. Gotta give him credit for multifunctionality, though. Alright. That all looks like that's there. Ice skating? What, did I say something wrong? It's ice skates, right? Do they call them something different somewhere else? Okay. I don't know. Maybe I am an ice skate. Okay, this goes back here. Ah, no, it's collapsing. With this doohickey to the front. Okay, got it. Cool. Cool. Covers up the mechanical stuff on the inside there. Bipedal blades. Oh, I like that better. Okay, we need 2 of these. See, that's the one thing I never do is I never look at this and go, all right, 2 of these, assemble these pieces. If I did that, a lot more often I would probably not end up with extra pieces. But then they also have a lot of extra pieces. Like, here's another extra ice skate, which there's may or may not supposed to be called that. I don't know. I'm confused. There was some pushback. It's very easy to convince me that I've done something wrong. Alright. That. Yes. Especially because then I say that and I don't look. So, ice slicers. Ooh, that's good too. Do we call them foot knives? Right, this goes that way. Oh, Ninja Monkey, I'm sorry about final stressing you out. You can do it. Just hang in there. The best part is that means it's almost over. Another semester down. One more closer to being done forever. Never having to take another final. That's the greatest message. Eventually, the finals stop. Oh man, this movie comes out like a couple days. No, it's is it 14th or 16th? Real soon, right? 19th. I was so close. or 20th, somewhere in there. This way. I guess there's just some of these, like, just kind of right here. Sure. There we go. Got one more bag to go after this. I think it's the top of the wings. Oh, wait, huh? Wait a minute. Just the one side? I still have enough to do the other side. And where's these boxes here? There's a box. Okay. It sort of shows you doing the other side here. The box is really throwing me, though. Hey, Violet. You know, a lot of good people here. Or am I? Oh. I agree. And I'm very thankful that we have assembled such a wonderful group of people. It was like if the Avengers were, like, cool and sweet instead of just constantly drama. Okay, I have to go back and figure out why this box isn't here somewhere. Feels like maybe it could go inside the cabin? Like some storage? There it is. Yep. How did I miss that? It goes back here for some reason. Okay. Most of the big issues have been explained away. We can continue to the next piece. It's looking really cool. We're on to the final bag. Boy, I really should read. I wonder how far into a project this size you could get completely without instructions. I mean, this is pretty elaborate. I don't know that I could do it. Just looking at the box to try and figure it out. There's too much interior structure to it. Like, if it's a simple thing, sure, why not? But if it's something that's got this level of all the mechanics that go in under the... Yeah, more crinkles. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, Yeet, Pray, Love. That's a great name. Thank you, Cherry Raindrops. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the tour, MJ. I'm really curious to see what what the schedule for on us is going to be, because yeah, all the crinkles are more crinkles, more ASMR. You want me to crinkle the bag some more? Thank you, Fiend Chaos. Have such a nice community. Well, it's like a opposite subtract sort of thing. All the crinkles. Okay, I'm gonna shove my hand. This bag is full of all the crinkles. I'm just gonna shove my hand into the crinkle bag. Crinkle bag. Oh, come on. The crinkle's not so bad. Aw. That scare off Jackie with a little bit of crinkle. Come on, the crinkle ain't so bad. Who knew that crinkling would be so, divisive? I didn't know that there'd be so much hate. How about the Lego? The sound of Lego. This is pretty good, right? Thank you, Buyer Queen. This is, like, really soothing. This is like a rain stick. I didn't label it as ASMR. People are just asking me to make noises, and I'm like, okay. More. This is how you lose pieces. Alright. Now, let's turn this into a awesome space fighter that my kids can break. Or, you know, just a shuttle that a guy can be really angsty in. Thank you, Astro. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Thank you, Haunted. I'm fine with crinkles, but no Lego? You'll lose the pieces. Okay, no, okay. Yeah, no, I get that. The sound is better, for sure. But I get the piece anxiety. I mean, at this point, we've got most of a shuttle. I give it to them, and just the kids will be happy. So the completionist in me will feel somewhat let down on the inside. But you know, you got to do it. It's another part of being a parent is when you just go. You learn where the give up is. You know, like this is the part where I have to accept that I did what I could. Where we're at, that's where we're gonna be. We put up a good fight, you know. We did our time. We stood by as long as we could. Eventually, you just gotta accept what will be and what won't be. The real question is, what do I do next? Is my next stream back to Pokemon? What do I do after this? Because this will be done. I can finish the Pokemans. If I finish the Pokemans, then I think that will count as me fulfilling the Pokemon stream from Extra Life as well. If I do that many Pokemans. Death Stranding, I think I need to play some more offline just to get to where the story advances, because I feel like just walking the stumble simulator is only good for so long. Hitman's always a good option too. I haven't played Hitman in a while. Okay. Have I done everything I needed to do to make this look like that? Hey, wake up. Okay, that apparently is done for now. I think the happiest job in the world, if I had to guess, would be the guy that has to just test out these sets. I bet somewhere in the Lego factory there's one dude that just every time they make a Lego set, he's the guy that's like, all right, time to put this together. He just sits there all day assembling Lego. That might be what heaven is like. You just come back as the Lego assembler guy, right? There's no expectation, you know. You just you and the Lego. It's you. You're there. You're putting pieces together. You're feeling the flow. Yeah. That would be hell on earth. Why? I assume a master builder is someone that has to actually design them. I'm talking about the guy he probably gets paid a lot less, but he's just sitting there making the things. And he probably hates it. That's probably true. Feeling the vibe. That's right. Like your thumbs would hurt. I don't know. Probably develop techniques to keep your thumbs from feeling too bad, you know. Get like a rubber thumb. Yeah, it's people that have to do a lot of paper, like thumb through a lot of paper, which is not a job I don't know anymore. I used to have to do it. I had a job, right, let's see, I think it was between years of college. I worked for Aflac for a while. Aflac is a big insurance company, I mean, it's nationwide, so I'm sure many of you have heard of it. Um, and I worked for them as like a claim filer, which essentially all I would do was sit there, and anytime a claim came in, I would find, like, it'd be a sheet of paper, and I would have to look that person up and find. I think you all know Aflac. Okay, I wasn't sure because I mean, it's one of those companies that I never assumed that people have ever heard of any company that is based in Columbus, Georgia. Um, but I'd have to look up the customer and try and find them, and then if I found them, I would print out a policy number on a top sheet. This was super paper wasteful. It was the worst. But the I'd print out a top sheet to go with it so that they would know what the account number associated with that claim was, and I'd staple that on top of the other thing and then send it off. It was all data entry and just printing those out, sticking them on there, and sending it off. And I actually, for a time, briefly considered getting one of those like rubber thumb things just because of how much paper I had to handle. And I never quite embraced the nerd that much. It was really there's if there's ever been a job where there was absolutely nothing else interesting to say about it, that's the job. I think the only thing that could be said of that job, and I've purged it from my memory at this point, was that there are legitimately some really funny names that people walk around with out there in the world. Uh, I couldn't tell you any of them off the top of my head right now because all of that has been burned down in my brain years ago. But people out there living with names that you think are jokes, but they are not. Okay. Goes on here. A lot of names that you would think were definitely made up were not made up. There are people out there with great names. And I wish I remembered any of them to complete that story, and I don't. I bet some of you have met some people with some really interesting names, though. I don't think I did. I never saw a huge ass. Sorry. Technically, every name is made up. All right, take it easy there, Thor. All right. We've made this doohickey. And then we put these doohickeys on the front of that doohickey. Good, good. Is Jackie still here? Oh, yes, you are. You probably already know this, but your playthrough of Dead Space was apparently so traumatic for Michael that he started playing it through again. Thank you, Matherwell. Military named Major Wanker. Oh man. He was in the office today. I walked in and Michael was sitting there playing Dead Space. Dead Space? Dead. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, now we get to attach this. Alright, so let's turn it this way. And then we need it to be fully erect. Wait a minute. Was I supposed to be building two of these the whole time? Crap. Alright. Okay. This. clips in right here. I think. Oh gosh. So confused. How does this work? Okay, there we go. Good. Come on, get in there. Get in there. There we go. Well, to be fair, Jackie, he's played that game so much. That's what really should be disgusting, is the amount of that game he has played over the years. I don't get what these little doohickeys do. I mean, boy, that's like, and then what is a dangle? Let me build the other one, and then maybe it'll explain it to me some more. This shows clipping those in, which I did. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. There's more to it in a minute. Thank you, Exile Wolf. Thank you, Jim. Gonna play Resident Evil 3 Remake. I mean, that would be kind of up to Michael. Go back and build another one of these things from scratch. Supposed to have been doing, I guess, 2 of them the whole time. Yep. Didn't pay attention, though. That's fine. That's cool, you know. Those readings for squares, man. And my kid, whenever he's around chat, for some reason. Right. You know, the rest of them go faster. Once you've done one, you know, you just practically do it by muscle memory. Not true. Not how that works. I'm gonna mess it up because I'm just eyeballing it at this point. Like, sure, I kind of remember this being up here. That kind of goes there, and then there was some smooth pieces that kind of run along this bit. Yeah, that looks right. Good, good, good. There's that other smooth bit. Give me that. Beautiful. Doesn't go all the way in yet. The snap thing, by the way, I do that far too often now. Whenever I'm doing something, like if I'm opening something on the computer, waiting for it to open, it's like I'll hit the load button and then the snap. Freaking Siege did that to me. The hacking character always does the thing, and then snaps, and that got in my brain, and I have not been able to get it out. Now, whenever I'm doing something computer related, it's like a tick where I have to do the snap, otherwise my brain isn't happy. I've been programmed by Siege. Alfredo would be so proud. Yeah, Dokaibi, that's it. Couldn't remember her name. Her mannerism is stuck inside of me. Ruh-roh. There it is. I am very Pavlov. I think I've done a Last of Us stream. Well, I know I did because I didn't do it all that long ago. Last of Us 2's coming out. Looking forward to that, though. Alright, let's see. Did I make this more or less the way they wanted it? I mean, yeah, looks great. This is one thing, is Lego is really a venue for self-doubt, where you can build it and then you have this leftover pieces and go, ugh. I felt like I was doing so well, but maybe I failed all along. It's also bad when you get down to this point where you're running low on pieces and then you can't find one. You think, well, this is it. This is where I've borked the whole build. Bork, bork. Yeah, that looks great. Go. Looks like another wing. And got these doohickeys that just kind of go in here. Thank you, Amora. And thank you, Sandman Evil. Staying haunted. It will be the most random pieces left, like this leftover ice skate that I've got, which, mark my words, Kylo Ren is going to have one black ice skate. We're going to be good. Cat's out in the grapes. In the grapes now. In the grape now. Okay, okay. Did you all look up that song? I'm so sorry. Once it's in, it's there forever now. This is the best tool for Lego ever. I didn't realize that I needed an electronics screwdriver for doing Lego, but if you're doing Lego and need to get a piece apart, this is the best. Let me let you in on a clue. This is the best multifunction tool you can have in your life. It's a tiny flathead screwdriver. It pops open Lego. I use this to unlock the door whenever one of the kids is locked the door to their rooms. This was great when I needed to take apart an Xbox controller. This thing fixed everything. If you're going to have one screwdriver in your life, make it a tiny one. Not true, but man, does it feel right to say. That's some bad advice, by the way. You need several screwdrivers. That one just happens to be a particularly useful. How many? That's a better question for the great question. How many screwdrivers does a man need, or a person need? Let's go with person. Thank you, yes, bucket. I have played it, but not in a while. You need. Let's see. How many screwdrivers does a person need to get through life? Because there's definitely a number. I think if we tried, we could come up with a solid number of screwdrivers that every person should have. I mean, you got to have at least one flathead, one Phillips. I'm going to say that this tiny one should be on the list because it's super useful. And don't, multifunction counts as multiple. Let's not try and split hairs here, right? 42 is too many. If you have 42 of them, then you've spent too much time collecting screwdrivers when you should have been living life. Okay. It does indeed look like I have successfully built another one of these. Oh, wait, now I need to flip it over and do the bottom thing. There. Those are there. That looks right. That looks also right. Good, good. Put this thing in here. Make sure it's all the way up. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. This can bend over. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Yes, this looks symmetrical. Good, 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 good. You go in there? Can't see. Ah. Okay, come on. Yeah, this one was a fairly expensive set. See, some folks talking about how much these things cost. This one, I think I got it in Target. And it was been on the rack for a long time. And I think it was like it was on sale for $120. It was not a cheap Lego set. So very cost prohibitive if you wanted to pick it up, I'm afraid. I think its original price was like $150. But, you know, the more pieces that you get, the more expensive they tend to be. And I wanted to have one that was enough of a set for us to have 1 or 2 streams out of it, so I kind of went for a big one. Plus, you know, if you're building something on stream, it needs to be something that was that's visually appealing. Like, it's got to be big enough to actually make sense to show it. How many pieces? I think it's just over 1,000. 1,005 pieces. Yep, that's on the floor somewhere now. It just lives there now. Thank you, Whiskey, Tomo, and Z Slayer. I got 2 of these. 2 hickeys. These have sides? No, they're about the same on the other side. Good. So I've treated them as if they were bidirectional. If they were not, I will have failed. Is that the piece that was supposed to go through there? Yeah, probably. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, no, I did it right. Probably. Maybe. You know, or something. I did something. What we've done there is a something. Is it a maybe? Possibly. I think I'll did. If you get any Lego set, what would it be? They only want a set that doesn't exist. What would you want? Oh man. I mean that. Oh, okay. This is something that if my dream set to build would be I would love to do a set based on the old Robotech series. That would be really cool for me because I love that series so much as a kid, and it had a super cool mech. Super cool mech designs in it, so I would love to do that. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. Whoop. There we go. Okay, right through here. Okay. Supposedly? Oh, there it goes. Okay. It keeps going. All right. It's in. Crap. Supposed to be this way. There. And then this just folds down. Oh, look at that. That's cool. This is a really cool set. There we go. That on in there. I really like how the thought that it took clearly to make something like this come together. It's really neat how this all links up. And as you're building it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Come on, get in there. Ooh. That was maybe more force than it needed, strictly speaking. There we go. And then all of a sudden, when it comes together, it's like magic. Okay. I need one of these and one of these. 4 of these and 4 of these. Cool. Can they just go places? Come on, you gotta give me more to work with here. Here. That makes sense. That keeps that pin in place. There. Okay. Here. Yeah, I said right here, I just shoved it in there without double checking. But yeah, I think so. Makes sense. Had to go somewhere, right? And then where'd the wing dealies go? Okay, wait a minute. So we look at the instructions here. It's like, okay, you need 4 of these, 1 of each of these. There's where those things go. Where do these go? Oh, thank you, Z-Slayer, for the gifted subs. And thank you, Almighty Hail. It says these are required. Top of the wings. Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. Good eye. Got it. It escaped. There we go. Alright, we're good. And then we start loading up the weapons on this thing. Okay. Oh, so that's what those do. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so this thing can have these wings move out like this, and that can be controlled by this turning the engine here at the back. I'm trying not to drop it. Whoa. So it seems like its inclination is to just fall open. I guess, oh, it's down for landing. And then when it takes off, the wings open. So that makes sense. And then these little doohickeys here on the back. Move this so you can get closer. Right here, you unclip this and then spin it this way. Oh. And it folds that in. Cool. Spin it back out. Deployed. And clip it back in. That's really neat. I did not expect that level of... That's awesome. Then obviously this opens. You can put up to 3 people in it. If you want. Got any other features I should be aware of? Oh, that's it. That's a pretty good list, though. Thank Almighty Hail! Playing Sky Factory 4 for the first time. I don't think I have as fun. It's nice, relaxing, kind of like sort of guided Minecraft experience. How long will this last with the kids? I don't see it lasting long. Eli was excited because he needed another villain, and Kylo Ren will work as this villain. Alright, Kylo, you really need to put this down or something. Like, it's hard for you to fly with the lightsaber out. There we go. I guess he wouldn't really be piloting it. He'd kind of be in the back. Cape is also not ideal for this situation. Really kind of in the way, so try and get your legs in. There we go. All right. And then how about angry guy? Sure, angry guy would want to be in there. And gotta have a stormtrooper flying it. Maybe the red one though, because he's fancy looking. Thank you, Death Red Scythe. There we go. Now Kylo Ren's kind of headbutting this guy in the back. That's fine. They get along. Yes. These don't really secure in there very well. Clunk. That hits him in the head. And it takes off. Let me adjust the ice skate here. Deploy the wings. And fire! Haha! That was a better shot. Oops. Ah! Why does this hatch on the bottom open? Okay, hold on. Things are getting out of control. Everything's opening up. Let's fold the wings in because they're very ungainly. Ungainly. There we go. Right. It's got like an emergency escape hatch on the bottom. Okay, there we go. Okay, got it. So it will hold together for just long enough for me to give it to the kids, and then it's going to die immediately. So Eli has taken charge of it, so I think it might last for at least a day. Or either of those little green things went after I blasted them. Oh, here's one. Add an extra, so we're good. As long as I find one. There we go. Little stormtroopers. I don't even know what these guys are. They're just, I guess maybe Knights of Ren. Oh, here, stormtrooper. You can have this extra gun thing. Oh, dude, it's got like a slot on top. Let's make a lightsaber gun. Look at that. Bam. Most feared stormtrooper ever. He's got a lightsaber gun. Pew pew pew. Wong wong. Probably should have read the instructions for what they wanted me to do with that. What's he supposed to have on top of this thing? Oh, okay. This is supposed to be on there. Like a scope. There we go. Nope, other way around. There we go. Just a regular gun. Oh, sorry, the red guy's supposed to get the fancy gun, but oh well. Alright, well, that's that. Lego done. We've achieved Lego. Just sticking random bits together now. Make another, well, it's not a lightsaber, it's just a red stick. Can we assemble all of the leftover pieces into something? Alright, that's not a leftover piece technically. Okay. Where's that? He's dual wielding. He's trying to double up his chances of hitting something, even though he knows he never will. See if it flies. Oh god, no. Eli would never forgive me. This is not that... I mean, as piles of extra bits go, this isn't terrible. Okay, we'll just give this a little red accent up here. There we go. Make use of things, you know? Got one little red bob here, and this is, again, the beauty of this particular kind of design is you can stick random stuff anywhere, and it just makes it look like it fits. Thank you, Andrea! That's why I'm here, favorite Obi-Wan line. Like, let's see. There you go. Now it's just a bit of red on top. It's an accent, and it's lovely. Do I have two of these? Sure do. Let's just cap these off, you know. Makes it look smoother. Nice. So what do we got here? A little blue bob. Nothing to do with that. That's just gotta live. Oh, you know what? We'll just stick it on the end of here. I feel like I'm Bob Rossing at this point. As there's no mistakes. There's just happy accidents. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're just gonna attach it to this little black stick right here. Thank you again, Andrea. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. We're gonna hook it onto this other side. Then we've got kind of like a wrench, maybe. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Look at that. We got a couple other little ramp bits here. Those are lovely. Another clear part. Let's just stick it all together and see if we can make some magic. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I like how that's looking. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know what? Every day is a different day, and you just live it one time, one day at a time, and that's okay. That's great. You know, you choose how you want your life to go. There it is. That's a lightsaber with an ice skate on the bottom. It's for people that only have that need a cane, but also want to go ice skating. They can ice skate with that little laser cane. That's just a free thing they've done right there. Good, good. Nice that they included that. Well, you gotta end it somehow. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Odette. Skills I learned here tonight while babysitting tomorrow. May the force be with you. Thanks, Shadow. Have the last two finals for the semester tomorrow, 8 a.m. and noon. Latin and Greek. Why two languages? So I assume, well, Latin. No one learns Latin as a language anymore, right? Oof. Same professor. Thank you for relaxing. Oh, I'm glad we could help you relax, Shadow Silver Star. Hang in there. You got this. Don't get those two confused. They're very regionally close. Latin. You learned Latin as a language in high school? Yeah, they do still teach it in high schools, but I don't know why. No one speaks it. All right. Well, because I'm kind of like, I can't really get to my stuff to do bedtime story, and I kind of feel like this whole thing's sort of bedtime story-ish. Hey, base love. Please keep your family your thoughts tomorrow. My dad goes in for 3-month biopsy if he's still in remission. Absolutely. Lots of thoughts out to you and your family. I really hope that everything comes up clean on that biopsy. But yeah, so that'll be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Ryan Ross was the story time. Close enough. A story time where you're mean. What does that mean? But thank you all for joining me. I'll be back Thursday evening with something. I'll definitely be back with an update on what this looks like by Thursday. I'll get pictures. Don't worry. We'll have a weekly check-in until it's smashed. I will show you what happens to it. You can see what entropy and children are like when they work together on a Lego set. Thank you, Dot. I did. What didn't I see, King? I'm sorry. Let me scroll up. It's so far. Oh, I'm choking myself. How many languages do I know? Oh, just English and bad English. That's all I got. As the great John McClane once said. Not that? What was I? What else was I supposed to see? I mean, that flub English is bad English. All right, let me scroll it further. Check your DMs at some point. Okay, got it. As I assume you're interested in getting the code, and I will remember to get the code for you. I just got to move all this out of the way. Thank you, Haunted. We'll check in with it. Okay. I'm gonna move the stuff and then get the code over so that Pokemon Man can have their 6 months of Game Pass. Thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful couple days, and I'll be back Thursday. Bye. Yeah.